All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow Pandemonium travelers, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown Day 330 by my count. Yeah, 330 days, I think. Who can keep track anymore, right? I've called it Pandemic Groundhog Day. You wake up, you check your important numbers. That means this day and age, that means your phase number or stage number or whatever they want to call it, the thing that you're doing at your county or local level in terms of reopening from the pandemic, which oddly enough seemed to pull a complete 180 once the election was over. Weird, right? I'm not the first person to notice this, and me noticing it doesn't necessarily mean anything aside from, of course, the fact that, like, you know, does that mean something? I don't know. Just, you notice it. It's one of those things, you just put a pin in it. Okay, well, once the election's over, now we're reopened. Now it's safe to reopen. Oh, but also, the pandemic is crazy and out of control, and you need to be afraid. Like, the mixed messaging is intentional, I would say. Or, you know, at least the consequences of the messaging are clear. Let's say clear. Let's say expected, anticipated, like predictable, let's say. And now we're gonna quote unquote get back to normal. But as you can see, again, this is part of why I record these videos not facing me, facing the traffic, because you know, 2 o'clock on a Monday on Highway 99 on the Aurora Bridge, you should not have open lanes. There should be no space between cars right now. That was the before time. Normalcy. You didn't go 45 or 50 miles an hour over this bridge. You went 2 miles an hour, trapped between vehicles. It was a parking lot. So there's that. Now, who benefits from all that? I don't know. Whatever. Here's let's get up to speed here with the more kind of conventional topics. So the Robin Hood Gamestop meme stock debacle or happening, or I don't know what you call it. Happening is kind of the right term for it. It rolls on, and it's still hilarious. Now it has mutated and taken on Dogecoin, which is a cryptocurrency. See, like, I've already lost some of you. You're like, whatever. Like, no, but Dogecoin was like a cryptocurrency that was worthless like 5 days ago, and now it's, I don't know, it went up like 400 or 500%. And part of the purpose of all this is, it is somewhat intentional, is to kind of, wow, I almost used a word like genuflect. Is that even the right use of the word genuflect? A genuflection? A reflection. It's a cultural commentary, let's say, on our money, on investment, on quote-unquote value. So something like even Bitcoin or Dogecoin, the idea is that you'll use it to purchase things. Like that's like what currency is, right? Currency is considered like a store of value over time. So so instead of having to own a bunch of chickens so that I can then eat chicken or eat eggs, what I do is I get a bunch of gold dinars or drachmas or, pieces of 8 or whatever your currency is, your euro, your dollar, your wampum, and then you trade it later for a chicken because it's worth the trouble of having. So the currency is worth the trouble of, say, having a chicken and raising it, keeping it alive, keeping it away from the foxes and the stoats and things, and then buying a whole chicken, like from the grocery store, like it's all been frozen, plucked, cleaned, gutted. That is, I don't know, it's about $10, I think, for a several pound chicken, roughly. So $10 worth of currency gets you a plucked, ready to cook chicken. Now, compare that $10 with having your own chickens that you are responsible for and you raise, right? You raise them, you got to keep them safe, you got to keep them fed, and then when you're ready to eat them, you have to kill them. There's one of the steps. You have to kill the chicken, and then you have to pluck the chicken, then you got to do something with the feathers, I presume, and then you got to figure out how to actually make it prepped for cooking. So you got to know how to clean it. You got to get all the giblets and organs out of there. Maybe the organs are good for something. I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually cleaned a chicken. I don't think I've ever killed and gutted a chicken before. Maybe so then what's the $10? Where's the $10 come in? Well, the $10 comes in because you have giant factory farms, right? So I say all this to say, currency like a Dogecoin or a Bitcoin or something else, and this is kind of like a hard problem of trade and commerce and currency, which is what do you accept in trade for things, right? So like there are gold bugs out there, and like silver bugs are becoming a thing. Like silver kind of spiked over the weekend, and when I say silver, I mean like literal shiny metal that is not gold. It's the silver, it's a mineral, right? It's an element. Silver has value for whatever reason. Maybe it's as an industrial metal, I don't know. But you can like go buy silver coins and you can buy silver bullets, which is interesting. They're not live ammunition, but they are bullets that are silver. Look, so the idea is what do you accept in exchange for a good and or service, right? Because the general idea is that dollars is our world. Our world runs on American dollars, at least here in America, but also large portions of the world. So then you have this issue of currency, like what does currency do? Because if you have $5,000 in cash, oh, you're gonna be able to have a great time. Well, at least in the before time you could. I'm not sure where you could go and spend your $5,000 now, but what I'm saying is if you were just throwing money around, like you have cash, cold hard cash, that's fun. That's a nightclub, buying drinks, impressing people. Maybe you go to the gentleman's club and you're getting all the dancers around your table because you got the green. You can get almost anything with cash, at least in the before time. Drugs, women, access to things, events. Hell, you could rent cars and things if you have enough money. You don't necessarily have to have cash, but money to rent cars and things. You can have a great time if you have a lot of money, but when you're saying money, we're saying American dollars. You're not saying Dogecoin. like strippers don't take Bitcoin as far as I know. Maybe some of them have like a QR code tattooed on them so you can Bitcoin them or Venmo them some funds, but they don't have they don't take they take dollars and and 20s and such. They don't take cryptocurrency. So in the reality of the marketplace of actual day-to-day life, like, again, now this isn't a dig against cryptocurrencies, but like, they don't take Bitcoin at the grocery store. Okay, this is a hard problem, again, for cryptocurrencies. Oh God in heaven. And for markets, because there are people who do accept cryptocurrencies in terms of payment. Like, there are people who do online businesses and stuff, and they're willing to take Bitcoin if they, they do a commission or they do a project for somebody. They're willing to take that as payment. Is that a good bet? Well, maybe. I mean, maybe a decade ago it would have been a better bet, kinda. Like, if you had gotten into Bitcoin, ooh, boy. I remember hearing about Bitcoin mining back in, like, 2010, 2011, I think. Like, people were talking about it. It was like Reddit people were talking about it, and it was like, well, it's not worth anything now. Oh, but it will be. It will be worth something later. And at the time, you're like, yeah, I don't know. That's like saying, it's like saying you mined some gold out of the ground and you're like, look at this pretty rock. People are really going to want this in the future. And people are like, yeah, whatever. It's just pretty. Okay. But then gold becomes a thing. Like gold is a thing. Same with silver, platinum, palladium, even, I don't know, I guess aluminum at some point. But it's interesting. So the hard problem of currency in the market and counter currencies like cryptocurrencies, alt currencies. What will prostitutes take on the street? That's get your mind out of the gutter. I mean, currency-wise, prostitutes, streetwalkers. I've seen them. They're in North Seattle. They're on Aurora. Some of them are pretty enough that they don't need to be out there walking around in the middle of the night. I don't know if they know that, but what will they take as currency for their trade, right? For their services, let's say. What will they take? Bitcoin? Like, if you offer some prostitute Bitcoin, is she gonna even understand what you're saying? I don't think she will. I think she would be like, or he. I guess he can be a prostitute. I don't know. Not trying to discriminate against anybody. If you're out there getting that paper, or getting that crypto, I guess. You see how weird this is? Like, how do you price a beach in cryptocurrency as opposed to dollars? Like, in dollars, it's a 20 or whatever. Not that I would know, but it's like, it is whatever the market demands in terms of the currency of the realm, right? The coin of the realm. And so now you got these weird international cryptocurrencies just mucking everything up. How do you even set pricing or establish like a value relationship in the mind of the consumer when, crypto is what it is? Like, I don't know. It's weird, right? Anyways, that's enough from me for a Monday. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.